Previously on Dimension7yo.
An exclusive! It arrived!
Can't be loud for a little bit.
Stop trolling me!
Dimension7yo just got banned.
You stupid n***. I will shoot up the goddamn schools. Facts.
You see what I'm saying? Once I start shooting innocent people, then you'll show up. I've watched Scream, I've studied Scream, I am Scream, you dumbass.
A Daytona Beach man is accused of making several rap videos threatening to shoot up a school and his place of work. 36-year-old Tron Welburn was booked into the Volusia County Jail Monday.
All right, everybody, thanks for tuning into a very, very exciting episode of It's Been a While podcast. As you saw from that little intro before this, Dimension7yo, the notorious pots and pans stomper, has been arrested for a couple things, couple big videos, and luckily I was able to get in contact here with Dylan, who I guess who are you, and how and when did you find Dimension, and get a little backstory about who you are.
Yeah, so I'm doing Ridgeway. I'm 19 years old. I'm a college student, and I think I can speak for the majority of people. I use TikTok, so a lot of content I enjoy is like the Daniel Larsons of TikTok. Obviously now the Dimension7yos, Dimension7rs, and Dimension7new ones of TikTok,
Right.
and just kind of that, like Chris Chan. I mean, if you want to go way back, so I've always enjoyed that type of like content online where the just completely like do not need to be online type
Yes,
of people. Where the internet affects them and everything. So they had the algorithm and it said it was for me, and by God it was for me. So I saw like the Crystal Lake videos, and like the Jason Lives videos, and then like the Roddy Piper, which is like probably his most like notorious video.
Jason left! Jason left! He came back! He came back! Oh, Piper came in the mail! An exclusive! It arrived!
And what put him like on the map, and this was probably like early November, late November, and this was on the Dimension7r account, like his first account on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I mean, I would just send like his videos to friends and family, and like I thought it was funny, like I thought it was fucking hilarious. I mean, you have a middle-aged dude stomping in a fucking shack
With like 900 wrestling action figures and
and like scary movie shit. So like it was definitely some content for me. So so basically I would send his videos to friends, family, and so I mean, I found his Instagram, and he was on live one night, and I just so happened to be in a PlayStation party the same night he was live on Instagram. And like I will say, like I never had any intent on trolling him like individually. Like I never wanted to troll him. I more so wanted to troll my friends. So like we went on the live, and there's probably about like 30-50 people in there because it was on his Instagram. So obviously he wasn't as popular on there.
Yeah.
And I mean, this was after his account had gotten banned, and he was on the whole like Dimensions 4 is a bitch, but it was never like that bad. Just yet. So they're spamming in the chat to like add me to the live. So I go on live with them. We do a few stomps. Like I talk to him about like I fuck with this content and shit. And then it became like, let me fuck with like my friends in the live, and like let me get this dude to start saying shit. So at the time he didn't really know much about Dimensions 4, like the fan page that like supposedly got him banned.
Yeah.
But like it's crazy because I've never seen a situation in which like a content creator has had a fan page that's like getting bigger than them.
Listen up, fans. Dimension's floor is fake. I don't want him as a fan. I don't want the fan page up. I had 100,000 views back then. I had millions of views back then. I don't have that anymore. And now since my other account was banned and I have to build this one up, I don't want a fan page.
Right, and that is one of the true like angriest of things that would make him was just that they had like 50,000 more. He was not happy.
Yeah, and like I'll speak later on that about like the Dimension7yo and like John Jam and like how they're both different, and I think how their intentions were like both different.
Yeah,
as far as like the creation of the account. But yeah, so I joined the live. I start showing my friends, like, name dropping them, telling them whatever. So like I just like one of the dudes I'm closest with in the live, I'm just like, I'm gonna convince this dude that he's part of Dimension7yo and that he's part of the account. And I had this whole thought up plan or whatever. And I mean, it turned out I didn't have to do much because I just told him, hey, I have this friend. No, I didn't say, hey, I have this friend. I said, hey, and I just said the dude's name is Sean Starkey. I said, hey, he's part of Dimension7yo. He's from Alabama. And then the dude just happened to have an ex from Alabama and was convinced that like Sean Starkey was like his ex's son.
Oh,
and so
immediately
like,
goes deep.
immediately he's like, oh shit, now think about this, and like breaks it down for me, and I'm just like acting like I'm fucking like amazed, but I know damn well this dude has no part of Dimension7yo or anything with this dude. So I mean, I was probably on there for 45 minutes after that, and was just getting him to talk more shit about my friends, just kind of trolling them. And then I got off, and some of my friends stayed on. And I mean, there was an instance while I was still on, while his like wife said, or his girlfriend, whatever, his mom, his grandma, by God, is kind of what she looks like, but like had said the N-word, and he like scolded her and was like, you can't say that. And so that was like one of the highlights of like definitely the live.
Yeah, didn't he say now that we got clout or something, we can't be
Yeah.
using that type of
He
language?
said something around, he was like, you could say that shit whenever we had no followers, but now we got like 75,000 people following us. You can't say that shit no more.
Busted.
And then like I left, and then there's like this like gray area where we don't know what happened. And then we like went to go check out the live like 2 hours later, and we came back to this dude just like hard dropping the N-word like over and over again.
So he's been live for like 2 hours at least then, right? At that point, or more.
Probably
than that.
around like, I mean, I get on there around probably like 10, and this was probably around 2:30.
Oh wow, okay, so it's his whole night.
Yeah, his whole night, and that was kind of like the common theme whenever he wasn't banned from lives, was that.
Yeah.
And then the next day he made a video like addressing my friend about how he was part of Dimension7yo, and he continued to do that. And then about a week later, I don't really know how he found out, but I think he went through the dude's following and followers and saw me.
Oh, okay.
And kind of figured it out, because that's what he would do with like people. There was a point where like if you commented on his stuff, like great video, man, he's like, why is your account private?
What?
He's like,
the
let
hell?
me he's like, let me check who you follow. And then he'd be like, why do you follow Dimension7yo?
I saw that video where he was like, if you follow Dimension7yo, I'm blocking you. And so,
like I would love to see this dude's like block list. I know I have at least like 10 accounts that are on it. But yeah, and then he started like coming at me, and like then blamed me as like the sole person in Dimension7yo.
Okay.
And I was just kind of like, wow, this is like not at all what I had intended, but I loved it. Like I'll be honest with you, like I loved it. Like I wasn't, and I never took credit for Dimension7yo. I was never like in the comments, yeah, it's me. Like obviously I knew it was like, like Caden,
Yeah.
Caden 420, you bitch. But I mean, no, I'm not part of Dimension7yo. I mean, Dimension7yo is a cool dude. And like I'll talk more about that. Like I respect Dimension7yo because he didn't really steal his content. He took his content and edited it.
Yeah, and
people,
like that happens. Like there's fan accounts, and he always went to the like nobody steals the Island Boys content, and it's like I don't
Island
know.
Boys are like A-list celebrities at this point. This dude is like,
but I don't know if I've ever
Z.
even been on either of their Instagram accounts. I've only seen them like from people reposting them and stuff. So he really never wrapped his head around that like you can have a fan that it's not malicious for reposting always, especially when they're saying like this is a fan account, not when they're like impersonating
I think in the
them.
bio it literally says like not an impersonator, and then like has his ad.
Okay.
So, but
Yeah.
I mean, but then John Jam started like way after Dimension7yo, and now like him, like I mean, sure, dude's cool dude, but I mean, he just like straight up stole his shit.
Yeah.
like word for word, like stole his shit. I mean, he got into some videos where he would like ear rape him and shit, like turn it up and like add like bass boost to it. But like, I mean, he just stole his videos. But I mean, I haven't really talked to him. Like I've talked to him on DM, but this was like in the past like 5 days. Now like Caden's a cool dude, but I mean, like I don't really talk to him much, but he has DM'd me and we have interacted and like talked about stuff, especially like whenever we found out like Tron Wellborn was his name and stuff.
Yeah, but everything went down.
Yeah.
So was he actually? I remember you said something when we were talking before of like he was being kind of watched already, right? Like this, there was obviously we know now there was a previous arrest, but like the government had a finger or an eye on him already, right? Like
yeah, for sure. Because one of the lives, he got banned. So like a timeline is like December 10th was whenever the first live happened, and then December 26th, the day after Christmas, he like got unbanned from Instagram Live. He could go live again. So obviously you had to be a part of that. And he had gotten his views back. Like his final wish to get his views back like was granted.
Yeah.
Like on Christmas Day. Like these
miracle.
Like, yeah, like he got 3.1 million on a video on like
Damn.
Christmas Day, and like I probably gained like 50K followers that day.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so he goes live on Instagram and he's like happy as just so happy. I mean, he's smoking dabs, celebrating, just happy as fuck.
And isn't that when he kind of started to say like we're gonna be positive, like, and was
yeah, yeah,
so weird.
For sure. It was kind of corny as fuck because he was like positive vibes only. Like if you say anything about Dimension7yo or John Jam, like positive vibes only. We're not gonna talk about them. Like New Year's is in 5 days, positive vibes from here only. And then an hour later, he's like, "Fuck John Jam, fuck Caden, fuck
Yell the N-word." Yeah.
I mean, no. At this point, he hadn't said the N-word.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he had on the live, but like on this live, no. It was kind of like clean.
More of a CS secret.
Yeah. And because like whenever he had said the N-word before, there was only like 3 people in the live. And it was me and like my 2 friends. Because it was like late as fuck.
Yeah.
And, like no one's sitting there for 4 hours listening to this dude ramble. So yeah, and it was positive, and then I went on there and like joined, and like I had my like video off and like my mic off for the majority of it, and like changed my voice a little bit, but then he could still tell it was me. And so like he was convinced that I was part of the government.
Oh,
so like
shit.
after he kicked me out, he was later like, yeah, I think Dylan Ridgeway is part of the government. He's out to get me. So yeah, definitely this dude has some past with the government. And I think it's kind of funny to think about now that the government is definitely involved, like the FBI in Jacksonville or Daytona, whatever branch came to him. I think it was Jacksonville.
Okay.
He's definitely, is Dylan Ridgeway with you? Is Dylan Ridgeway with you? And I think that's just kind of funny to think about, that this 36-year-old man is in like a jail cell right now, trying to blame some 19-year-old college kid for his like, his fall.
Because at the end of the day, like an adult can, make fun of an adult or mess with an adult online, like, and that's not like you're supposed. The ideal thing for them to do, it would be just block. But the fact that he did what he did, which we'll really get into when it went real bad, in a little bit here. But yeah, I mean, obviously, just like there's no justification for his response in general.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, like I've talked to people that like go to the school just trying to see like how it was treated, like the situation was treated. And then I talked to a dude he worked with probably about 2 days ago.
Oh
And
wow.
I was
Okay.
yeah, so like I just messaged him and I was like, hey, like I have a few questions. And I mean, they go out to school, they talk about how they got an email and there was like a presence of like police, but I
Yeah.
mean, I think he did it on like a weekend, so school was in session. And so then like once it was in session, he was already arrested,
Okay. And then
because
yeah, there was
it
also
was
that
that
other
Monday morning.
email that I saw, the one screenshot of, I thought of, where it was just like I think the principal
The
reaching out.
principal, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
that was John Jam's friend.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was John Jam's friend that sent that in. From what I heard from
Okay.
Dimensions 4, and like I didn't. I mean, I wasn't aware of the threat until after he got arrested. So, because I mean, I'd kind of like stopped like caring about the dude as a whole. I mean, I just got on PlayStation 5. I just, started
Yeah.
a new job.
More fun. You can only watch the dude stomp, so much before you're like, all right.
Yeah, and he also stopped saying my name and stopped giving a damn about me. So I mean, shit, it just became fuck you Dimensions 4 and like fuck you John Jam. So it just be, I mean,
Yeah.
like honestly, like me thinking that if I was a content creator, I would encourage there to be fan pages because
Yeah.
that's just giving you more fame.
Right, yeah, like
Um,
at the end of the day. And like, if he was in what he could have done, and I said this on our original episode about him, like if he was really that upset, he could have like reached out to Dimensions Floor and been like, "Hey, like I like that you're a fan account, but you got more followers than me. Like, could we trade accounts?" And I bet, like, he probably would have done it. Like, if he would have been nice and just said, like, it sucks that I got banned, because if you were a real fan, I guess you'd be like, yeah, I'll get you more followers and I'll still end up, have like 150 or whatever. But just the fact that he was immediately like, I'm going to sue you, which any judge would be like, no, leave. Like, if you were like, you stole my TikTok videos, like, it'd be like of me stomping in my house and getting noise complaints. The judge would be like, yes, quit stomping in your house. It's like,
yeah, and obviously we now know that the dude's not competent. So
yeah,
obviously there'd be some mental evaluation before any fucking suing of anybody would occur. So
exactly, yeah, yeah.
and then also they would have his like court records from 2015 and stuff. So they would
Yeah.
obviously see that this man is like some forms of messed up in the head.
So the threats started with "I'm gonna sue you," but then yeah, I guess how did they kind of snowball? Because they snowballed from "I'm gonna sue you" "I'm gonna shoot innocent people" pretty quickly.
Well, I mean, it was over like I said, like it was over about a 2-month period.
Okay.
It went, just like most things, it went from one extreme to the next. It went from like I'm gonna sue you to then I'm gonna come to Ohio and beat the shit out of you. Talking to Dimensions 4.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I assume he was talking about Alabama whenever he was like, I mean, there's videos he was like, Caden, you may think you're safe, but you're not. Dylan, you may think you're safe, but you're not. Sean, you may think yourself, but you're not. And that was like one of the first videos in which like he referenced me.
Take Dylan for example. Dylan Ridgeway. He's gonna go around going, "Oh, it's Sean Starsky and it's Caden. How do I know it's not you? You know what I'm saying? How do I know it's not Dylan himself? How do I know it's not all three of them?"
And he was like automatically already saying that he was gonna like, I mean, like there's one video where he's like, your family members are gonna start disappearing.
Yeah.
I thought that shit was fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
Because
he
like
kept saying, on everything I own, your family members are gonna start disappearing. And it's like, that is, when you start saying on everything I own, on my mother's grave, when he starts saying stuff like that, or his grandmother's grave or something like that, it's like, yeah, dude, that's like, you're making it so much more real every time. Like, he's saying facts after the threats. It's like, yeah, you're really just like putting a signature on those threats.
Yeah, and yeah, and he had this like whole idea that like, and we can talk more about this because I think it's very interesting. Because he had this idea that like his like 175K or whatever were like fans.
Like ICP, like they'll kill for you. Like he like thought he had like an army.
Yeah, like he thought that like he could be like, go get Dylan Ridgeway, like he's in Alabama, and there's a fucking nationwide manhunt for me.
And in reality, people would just be sending him like addresses in Antarctica and shit to like troll him more.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be a great idea. He would
Send him to
fall
somewhere
for it.
cold as hell.
Yeah, but I mean, like I told you before, I mean, if this dude drove like I think it's like 8-9 hours from me to him, and like somehow found me and killed me, I think he deserves it. Coming at that point,
He earned it.
yeah, I'm on my knees. Like he can like execute me. I mean, if you're gonna go that far out of your way,
Really put
like,
the effort in, Tron. Like,
yeah, like round of applause. Now, kill me. Yeah, I mean, the threats just got progressively worse. And then it became like, I'll kill you. And then, obviously like the whole, like, I'll kill and like, unconsensually have sex with your mother started to happen.
yeah, everyone around you, like it was like distant family members of yours are all gonna disappear. It was
Everyone that has like an ounce of your blood is dead.
Yes, like, which is really like primitive, like warlike. Just like your entire bloodline is doomed. Like it's like, damn, dude, it's like a movie, man. But also, what's up with the threats, real quick? I thought was hilarious. Was he was like, I don't even remember which one it was in. He was just like, there's no proof this is me. This could be editing. This could be like a deep fake. It'd be like,
I saw a comment about like one of his threats, and they're like, what if this was a cameo someone ordered? Like someone paid him like $35 to say that shit, and he didn't really mean it. Said someone paid him $35.
It's all all cameos.
Yeah, it's just a cameo.
But yeah, he's like, the police will they're like, I'm gonna tell him
the police are gonna laugh at it. The police aren't gonna do anything. Me and the police are tight, and then gets arrested. Like, hilarious.
He's like, they're gonna think I'm gonna tell him it's a deep fake. The hours and hours of footage of him saying it is like just the effort someone would have to go through to make like 15 hours of deep fakes of him threatening people, and he was just like, yeah, the cops are gonna believe that. It's like, buddy, no, they're not.
No. And then like, oh, he didn't mean it. He didn't mean it. But I think it's so interesting is that his wife isn't getting any like, or his like girl. Like, let's just refer to her as his wife.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
That's all he did.
That's
Obviously,
what he called her. Which he said, he asked everyone to. He said, if you're gonna be mean to my lady, don't say nothing. Like, don't say anything at all. Just leave. And then all those the threats, the slurs all leak. And you look back at that one video of him being like, "Please be nice to my lady. Come on. There's no reason to be mean." It's like, damn, dude, really practicing what you preach there.
Yeah, for
Positivity
sure.
and dabs.
I mean, in one of the threats, she even says like, "I'm coming with you."
Oh my God.
Like in the background. And like, I'm just like, why isn't she in trouble? And then like, even in her live stream, like after she did it, and please by God, play the fucking announcement of his arrest.
Hi, y'all. I got some bad news to tell you, TikTok. Dimension7yo is in jail. He didn't mean it. He says he love.
Like, that's a fucking SNL skit. Like,
it truly does not seem real. It's
like, your husband's in jail, or your, let's just say in quotation marks, husband's just got arrested for threatening to shoot up at work and school.
Yeah, like 2 schools and a yeah.
In his place of work, and your announcement on TikTok that he's arrested is going to be you sitting on the toilet for 3 minutes to then proceed to not wipe and stand up and wash your hands and take your like pills.
But the
Yeah.
and she took that video down now. I have it saved, but I have it saved
Yeah.
several times. But it is the caption of it was just like, "Your king is gone, guys," and I was like, "Damn." Like, he really was trying to make it like the impression that he had an army of like people here.
Yeah. And I think once again that's trolls.
Right, and he must have been
The
telling
first
her
trolls.
like 200,000 people like will drop what they're doing for us right now to like
Yeah.
stop these 4 like, you know, heretics, these 4 people that are going against my my word. Like, well,
Yeah.
I can take them
A
out.
dude that owns a fan page, a dude that took your videos and just ear raped them, and then a dude who has no connection, and then just a 19-year-old kid who's just trying to live life that trolled you one night. Yeah, we gotta take him down, honey.
So he must have been
Like-
telling her that, like that it was all very possible. But because at the, you know, she did say the one slur you said. I never saw that, but then I have seen like her agreeing with him at some of them earlier lighter threats.
Yeah.
But then eventually, when there's those 2 videos that are like it's like 2 videos and combined, it's like an hour and 19 minutes, and it's just basically him threatening like nonstop in a live stream. When they're in the car and he's like going off.
Yeah.
I'll
How he's
put
gonna
it-
hold people hostage and stuff.
Yeah.
I
and
mean,
I'll ha-
Show up right now, and then I'll shoot up the whole goddamn place. You're gonna
Well,
put.
yeah.
I'll put people at hostage. How about that? Until you show up and be a man.
Let's go, honey.
Everybody around, I'll hostage everybody.
Well,
Then you'll be the reason why the place got shot up.
and you can hold me hostage, honey.
You see what I'm saying? Once I start shooting innocent people, then you'll show up.
What does she
I'll put that here. You hear her being like, "Stop, honey, stop, stop." So eventually, she did realize like, oh no, like he's like these are actually bad. Like, you know, like I'm gonna fight you and I'm gonna take innocent people hostage until you come fight me. So I
Yeah.
think she eventually did realize, oh, those are different. Stop. But obviously,
Yeah.
a little
Too
little
late.
too late.
And I think it's just like, I mean, with the recent news of like his, you know, previous arrest, I mean, that 2015, you know, the 2 counts of like aggravated stalking and then a
Yeah.
count of aggravated like assault with a deadly weapon.
And I got that
And
right
then, like-
here. I can read that actually. Let's see. 2015, Wellborn was charged twice with aggravated stalking and once with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. An arrest says a coworker of Wellborn's at the time called the police department after he sent him several threatening recordings, making numerous homicidal statements. So that adds up. Sounds like something he's done recently. In one message, Wellborn was seen on video in a scream mask as he jumped around the room, dry firing a weapon at different times. In a voice recording, he said, "People done fucked up, dude. They're about to be shot and killed probably." And then, also interviews, coworkers said that he once said, "Do I have to do something
Rape
terrible to all women
all the
here
women
or kill all the
and
men
all the
to be
men."
heard?" So that was 2015. So this is not a new, which crazy
No.
that like he got basically just put on like a light warning list for
Yeah.
that. That's crazy that like that just kind of got swept under like like he's
Yeah,
okay
I
to
don't
be
even
out.
think I don't even think he was charged.
Wow, that's
I think
that's
I
absurd.
think case was dropped. I don't know why, but
Whenever anyone says that they're Scream, like whenever anyone
Yeah.
has a Halloween mask on and they're saying, "I'm gonna copy this killer," you can't just dismiss that case. That's insane.
yeah, and you know, there's a lot of like, I've seen like a couple comments on like Dimension's floor and like John Jam stuff about how like them two and like everybody else should feel awful for ruining this man's life. And like I have to disagree because this dude has not been changed.
Yeah, that was that was pre
yeah.
him online. He wasn't online 5 years or 6 years ago, whatever.
Like 7.
Yeah, damn,
7.
time flies. But yeah, he was not online then. Getting
No.
TikTok didn't exist. So
Yeah,
like,
and
like-
people were trying to like compare it to like Etika.
Oh,
don't know if you're,
no,
like,
what
from-
the
yeah.
hell? Oh, that's
Yeah, and it was just like there's like totally 2 different. I mean, like Etika's situation was obviously like, I mean, like obviously the internet like ruined that man, but
he never
just-
like jumped around a room with a Scream mask on though. Jumped
Yeah,
around
no.
his room playing Smash Bros is a lot different.
yeah, Yeah, a whole lot different. But yeah, and I do think though that like he did feel like people were laughing with him, not at him.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of that whole like I have like 200,000 fans. Like I have an army of fucking morons. But
Because yeah, Etika was like depressed, and Tron is deranged. Like, there's a difference between, those are different breaking points.
yeah, and like I told someone the
anger
other
and
day, I
sadness.
was like, he's literally Daniel Larson, but instead of being a pedo, he's just like angry.
Yeah,
Like,
angry and racist instead of
angry, racist, and like, I mean, geez, like, I just there's no telling what's gonna happen to this dude if like his videos get out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at this point, there's the two big threats getting pulled, like, they're everywhere, so they're gonna be like concrete on the internet. But like, some of his other stuff is kind of vaulted away to like some extent.
Yeah.
When we're some of the only people that have, I think, kind of this, the real meat of it, especially with his accounts getting deleted completely. That kind of,
or them videos getting deleted after he posted them.
right, yeah, like, there's so much that's gone, but I guess, yeah, we do have a solid little bank of stuff that's not like, or not like super aired out, but damn,
some deep fakes.
Yeah, although we have 100 hours of deep fakes of him threatening like the government.
Yeah, we made those. Aren't you proud? But I mean, yeah, I mean, sheesh. I mean, this dude, I mean, I didn't really watch any of the YouTube live streams. Like after he gotten banned off TikTok, he went on the YouTube live streams.
And he never really advertised that he had other accounts. Like, I never really realized he had more than TikTok until like it all came to light. Like, it was really,
yeah, and it was very like, I mean, most of the video, like the live streams only had like 8 people in them, and it was like Dimension7yo and like John Jam.
Yeah,
and,
yeah, people trying to fuck with.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's like some of their buddies. So they weren't very like public. So you had to be like a true fan to see. You had to be a part of his army to see these videos and these live streams. But I mean, it's just, I feel like after he got banned, he just didn't care. And that's whenever the slurs started to come in.
Okay.
And I mean, it's insane, some of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane. Threatening to kill the dude's like baby and stuff. It's insane. And I think that's like, I think if like authorities had access to all of it, I feel like it would be like much more worse for him. But at the same time, we have to like remember that this dude is like obviously like mentally incompetent. And like they have everything they need.
Right.
I mean, he's on a deep fake talking about shooting up a school and shooting up his place of work. Like they have everything. He's guilty. Like I mean, he can't have no lawyers. Like he's guilty.
So then, timeline wise, okay, so he gets popular, loses his account. Which, by the way, dialing back, do you know why he got banned off 7R and had to move to 7yo?
Yeah. So I don't know if it was a video or a live stream, but he has a screen like plastic knife.
Oh, okay.
Because he makes a lot of arguments about, you can have this on TikTok. You can have half naked girls. You can have drugs on TikTok, but I can't have a plastic knife. So I agree with the deranged man a little bit. But
yeah. Like TikTok is
that's about it.
Yeah.
But
TikTok's like everywhere else where YouTube, we've had stuff get taken down or get in trouble, and because we watched a video of like a certain fight like on it when I got the fight video off YouTube and it's still up. So there's certain things where the platform is like it truly doesn't make sense, and they're just incompetent because there's so much content that they're having to
and they protect
through.
their creators. They protect their creators.
Yeah. But with TikTok, people have gotten taken off for much less than the knife. Like it's their rules. It sucks, but Yeah, they're gonna
And
do whatever the
then
hell they want.
his second account, the Dimension7yo, it got banned whenever he was just like screaming
Yeah.
for like a long time. And I think there's a video of that, but I mean, I don't know what else he was doing on the live, but I do know he got banned while screaming. And then he made the like Dimension7 new one, and I mean, it was just like reposting his old videos, but
Yeah, and then he was like, yeah, announced it. I got that one of him just being like, yeah, like it's gone.
Dimension7yo just got banned. I don't know what happened. I was pretending to be the Undertaker. Next thing you know, my live got banned and I got permanently banned. All that work, it's all gone now. I need that back, y'all. Now I'm Dimension7 new one. Can someone help me out here? I'm lost for words. It should have never happened. All that work, I can't believe it. I need that back.
Like again, and you know, you see him like look, you know, upset. But
Rest.
so when did it come in? Because you said that he kind of like forgave you almost, right, at one point, like in one live stream. Didn't he say something like, "Oh, he's not being, you know, he's not."
Yeah.
So when was that in relation to everything?
That was probably around January the 9th or the
Okay.
10th. Because I was just bored and I was in like my apartment and I saw he was live on TikTok. And I mean, TikTok has that weird, like, I definitely want to grow followers on TikTok so I can join his wife's lives now. But you have to have like 1,000 followers on TikTok, I believe,
Oh,
to
okay.
even like join someone's live. So I was just sending this man gifts on TikTok, like live, you know, those little, like, it's kind of like bits on Twitch.
Yeah.
So like TikTok has their own, like, you know, coins, and you buy those little gifts. You can see your name pop up on the screen, and you're just funneling pennies into this already like broke man's account. But yeah, so I was giving him gifts, and of course I was giving him cheapest one, so it'd pop up like a million times, you know. But yeah, and he like acknowledged it, and he thought I was a fake at first because you know, it had my name in it. And then he later on was like, "Yeah, we need to squash the beef." And then I said, "Yeah, like we need to squash the beef." And I was just really saying that for him to like,
Right, let his guard down again.
yeah, for sure. And I think really the turning point in our relationship of like my intentions of what to do with this man definitely changed after the Instagram live.
Yeah. Because
Like,
at a
after
certain
I
point, he started
saw-
targeting you, and I'm sure that just kind of like changed, you know, everything, and just how, you know,
Yeah.
from what it started to what it ended up.
Yeah, like I was trolling him, but not in a harmful way, if that makes sense. And then like after he was like on the whole like racial slurs and the whole like Dylan Ridgeway family is gonna be like disappeared. Yeah, that's whenever it went like,
All right, I'll fuck with him
yeah.
real good. Yeah, like
Yeah, I had like 12 accounts and they all got blocked within seconds. So, and I even made like a Kathy's floor that uploaded all of his wife's videos. And he was like, that's whenever like he's like, "Dylan, I see you, little bitch, re-uploading my videos." I mean, okay. But yeah, big crime right there.
So that was only 13 days. That was less than 2 weeks before he was arrested then. So that was, so in between then, you know,
Yeah.
him saying he forgave you kind of, and or needing to squash the beef, and him being arrested. So that's when the real
And I
deal
think I know
threats
why. I
started
think I know
dropping.
why. I think I know why.
Yeah.
So, like, I had let the man live for about 10 days. And then Dimension4 DMs me like some of the stuff he'd been saying on YouTube Live, like some of the like the crazy stuff.
Okay.
So he kept sending me like highlights or like low lights, if you will, on this dude's like lives. And so he happened to be live, and I went on there, and with my YouTube account or whatever, that's literally my name, I just was like, glad to see that you're doing great with your new followers. So that's whenever.
Yeah.
And then I just left YouTube and didn't even see like his like reaction So I think that's what really did it, was because I kind of like teased him on him losing his followers, and he just kept butthurt about it. But I mean, even in the threads, he doesn't really reference me that much.
Yeah. So then,
Like
so then it starts getting like intense, and then obviously he knows like he knew the name of the one school that he puts.
yeah,
And then
Spruce Creek or whatever.
yeah, and I'll roll that here. So this video right here is truly like what got him arrested. But this is what I think was seen to actually get the email sent to the principal and whatnot. Was
Knock on my door one more time with the police and see what happens to you all. I will shoot up the goddamn schools. Facts. And I will go to Spruce Creek myself and shoot up that whole goddamn school. Facts. With that 22, I will roll up in there, I swear to God, on everything I own. I will go inside Spruce Creek and I will start shooting up the whole goddamn Spruce Creek.
was this, and yeah, so from then on, so in that video he's wearing that orange shirt, so that must have been like right before he do you know if he works at night? Because it says that they apprehended him at his job.
Yeah, so he got arrested around like 8 a.m. I believe, or so. Like he got booked at 8 a.m. But yeah, he definitely works like either like a midnight shift or like overnight, because like there'd be times because like I kind of do the same. Like I go into work at 4, and there'd be times where like videos had just been uploaded like 30 seconds before.
Okay.
So, and he would be in his car at work, and that's where most of the freestyles happen. And I think that's like another thing to mention is like this dude thinking that he was Tron Wellborn, not to mention. And so he thought that like everyone would just accept all of his content.
Right, yeah.
So, he gets famous off stomping, but he doesn't want to stomp anymore. He wants to like rap and freestyle and like be a rocker, as he says. But you could just kind of tell fans didn't enjoy that content. He was nothing more than a crazy middle-aged man who likes to like run and stomp on
right,
the
screaming
floor
in his car and playing very intense guitar that is barely audible. It's because it's like peaking the mic so hard. Like
and missing a string. Yeah, I mean.
So then he gets arrested on written threats to kill or do bodily injury, and was posted no bond, and that was January 24th, 6:49. So like 7 a.m. And I have here.
And that was like 5 days after y'all posted y'all's video.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. Because like I went back and like, because like I'll be honest, like I found y'all from like trying to look up like some of his information and stuff and see like what videos had been made about him.
Yeah, there's nobody's done like a deep dive except us, really. There's a couple people, like we found the one guy that did like the Zoom call, and then like a couple streamers like reacted like kind of like rapid fire, right? Like
like Tower One and like XQC or whatever that dude's name is.
Yeah, but they didn't like focus on him
so
too much. Like they just were like, oh, who the hell, they.
Oh yeah, one of our like subscribers that sends us $5,000 monthly so they can submit one video for us to
they
watch.
sent in this spectacle of a man.
Yeah, Twitch is stupid, but yeah, for sure. With the whole like, there's no real like big like investigation into this dude.
Because I found him from just what I like, find most of my stuff on just like Instagram meme pages. All of a sudden, I'll see a new character, figure out their name, check them out, and then they become just like kind of part of our universe. So I saw him and was like, oh shit, this guy's interesting. Let's see what's up. I had the entire episode together, like literally, and it was just like, it was a lighthearted haha, like this dude's just bouncing around his room, and then it was like as soon as I found like those threats and slurs of him just like attacking those two people on like the game app or whatever that was.
Yeah.
And immediately I was
some,
like, oh, this
freestyle
is a different
something.
episode now. Like this changed everything. And I delayed it a little bit, and then it came out like 4 days before shit hit the fan.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and
perfect.
You weren't
timing.
even aware of like the YouTube lives at this point, were you?
No, I knew that he had done a couple lives, but from what I could see, they were pretty normal, like in terms of his other content. Because like Dimension's Floor had like got him just doing like curb stomps on a live. So basically, the only difference that I had seen in his lives were just like there was a direct feed of comments in the chat. But like I didn't know beyond that. I thought he was being really private about the the slurs too. That's why I was like, he went to some weird ass little game app that no one's ever heard of and is like targeting the random like few minorities he runs into on the app. It just like randomly. I thought he was being like privately vicious,
Racist.
but
as most famous people do. But he's out there now.
Definitely, 100%. Because now, and then I did see the one video where he's like, "Yeah, I've said the N-word like on accident while freestyling."
Hell no.
You use the N-word in your raps? No, I've used it in a freestyle before by just fucking around. You stupid nigger.
That was
Hell no.
He was like trying
Like
to, and
a
it was
month
like,
before
yeah,
that,
dude,
he
okay.
said that, and then like in one video, he's like, "Yeah, I said the N-word. I'll say it 40 million more times."
Yeah, it changed quick. It was like, I'm proud of it. It was like, damn, bro, you jumped off real quick there.
Yeah, and then he's like, there's this like whole like, I don't know what's in his mind. Obviously we're dealing with someone who's very like incompetent and stuff, but yeah, like he's even saying that like black people are racist, and then says the N-word, and then says that's no offense to black people, but black people here suck.
I'm surrounded by them and I hate them, and that's what. Yeah, and he's saying he's a better rapper and rocker than them.
Yeah, and then all the dude can rhyme is like Ridgeway with driveway. So I mean,
and Dark Side Highway.
Dark Side Highway. Dark Side Highway. Dark Side Highway. Dark Side Highway.
but I think it's very funny that the news is reporting him as a rapper or like a wannabe rapper.
Yes, because they say that he made rap videos threatening, and I haven't really saw the one besides "I'll pull the trigger, you stupid N-word." Like I've seen that, but that wasn't even about or that might have been about the school, but like. He didn't rap too much, so he got his wish. He is famous as a rapper, but also a school shooter.
A school threatening shoot. A school. And like I think me personally, like I don't really like know if he would have like went through with it.
Right.
And I think that's something that like we can never be for sure. But like after seeing like the whole like 2015 stuff and how long this has been going, but then again, you also have to think as like the threats got more extreme, was he at a peak or does he keep going?
Right. Yeah. Is he all talk at that point? Like,
yeah. At what point did these like threats that are being said actually get like start to follow through?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm very glad that this episode is like less morbid than
it could have been. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
but then
I won't even talk about the 22, but yeah.
Right. So yeah, on the arrest thing, real quick though, I want to jump back. So I have the thing that of like the statement: police made contact with Wellborn at his job, the Trader Joe's warehouse, and he was detained for questioning. During the interview, he said the video was a misunderstanding, saying he was upset because someone was trolling his content. When asked why he chose Spruce Creek High School as a target, he said he felt threatened by what the people from the school were saying on his YouTube live. The report later states that police department got the email, and yeah, it just says he was booked to Volusia County Jail. But yeah, I just thought that was crazy that he tried to say I was threatened. They're threatening me.
A Daytona Beach man is accused of making several rap videos threatening to shoot up a school and his place of work. 36-year-old Tron Wellborn was booked into the Volusia County Jail Monday. Police in Port Orange say they got a call from a woman who had seen a video on YouTube of someone threatening a mass school shooting in Spruce Creek. Port Orange has 2 schools with the name Spruce Creek in them. The suspect is also accused of making a second video, potentially threatening violence at his workplace, a Trader Joe's distribution center in Daytona Beach.
I can't do it. God damn.
Yeah, I mean, there's no telling what he's like been telling authorities and stuff. I just think it's like, I think it's insane. But they probably deal with this more than we think. And I think like even whenever I was looking it up, like the day he got arrested, there was like a kid like my age that threatened to shoot up at like a university or like the White House.
Oh, right, and that seemed to be taking like precedence, and that's why
That
he didn't
took
get certain.
yeah, that definitely took more like airtime on the news than this situation did.
Yeah.
But I feel like if they knew like his background, it definitely would have like taken off, because you know like the media loves to like blame shit on stuff we enjoy, like video games and like movies. So like they could be like TikToker. He did this because of TikTok. But
yeah,
I mean, obviously we both know that this man was very deranged before it musically or TikTok was even a thought.
Yes, yeah, like he you know, this was something that would have happened regardless, because, you know, speaking of that, there's like 6 mugshots. So
yeah,
like where, because those don't come up, right? Because it's kind of just the threatening, and then I think he tried to get away from the cop in 2015.
Yeah, he ran a stop sign. They got him for like eluding from police.
Okay.
And then there's one that was a marijuana charge. But like all of these all have eluding from police.
So he tries to run every time, it seems like.
Yeah.
I guess except this time, because they probably would have shot his ass this time if he ran. Well,
I mean, in one video, I don't know where it's at, but he does say that if the cops come, he's gonna shoot like the cops.
Yeah, yeah. Because I remember, because people sent Pizza Hut to his house, right? And he said Pizza Hut learned you and the stupid cops won't. Like.
Yeah, and I think like that was kind of like the direction where I thought it was gonna go. Is like this man was gonna get into like a shootout with the cops.
Yeah.
Less so like him shooting at school or his work. And like, so supposedly, according to his wife, he's getting 18 months in the mental like home.
Yeah.
But his wife, like, even though that's his like quote unquote like wife, you know, she's obviously not the most like reputable source.
Right. And yeah, like, you know, they're getting, and he there's nothing set in stone even yet. Like, you know, if he doesn't know, she doesn't know for sure. But yeah, that's, you know, hopefully, like, you know, I think what will happen, you know, I hope this will happen is, you know, is just he'll get whatever treatment, and part of it will be like you can't be online trying to be famous, basically, because, you know, like the, you know, Tron Wellborns and the Daniel Larsons, like there's certain people that are characters on the internet that belong on the internet, and people love them and they're not really doing anything bad. But there's people that are truly characters on the internet, but then you see, you know, through the cracks, you see this dirty laundry, and you realize like, oh shit, like they should have never ever been online, let alone amassed, you know, a fifth of a million people, you know, watching. So I feel like part of his like not going to jail will be like, you are banned from TikTok, at least posting, you know, and he'll get.
I don't know if they can do that.
I honestly wonder, like,
I know like sex offenders can't have like Facebook or like any social media, but I definitely don't think that like they can be like, oh, you're incompetent, you can't have shit, because obviously like you see like mental like home like TikToks and like where people have gotten out. I mean, like Florida's crazy with laws, but I don't know if they can really like ban a man from a website.
I really wonder on like what if any, what rules they have about just like, because the thing is if he does get back online, he probably will get, you know, at least close to where he was at fairly quickly. Like there'll be no hiding it from authorities if there is any sort of like rule about him, you know. But I guess at the very least they will watch it probably, and if not, someone will probably send it to that same police department and be like, hey, FYI, he's back online, just in case. another threat, pops up on it. Here's the link. Just keep it in your keep it in your sights. So I guess at the very least that any future TikTok's account will be on some sort of like watch list of sorts. But God damn,
I think we've like seen the last of them.
Yeah. Wait. What'd you say? Sorry.
I think we've seen the last of them.
Yeah, I think honestly there's a pretty good chance that and maybe he pops back up and it just doesn't go anywhere near where and people aren't gonna he got banned the 2 times. People welcomed him back enough, just kind of like,
and it seemed like people didn't care they said the N-word.
Yes, it seemed like not enough people. They were like, the stomps are still funny. I'll separate those. But the school shooting, I feel, or the close to whatever potentially happened. I think that will.
No, free Tron.
Get him out. Dude, I did see. So I found on his YouTube, there's one video from like 10 months ago of him playing guitar, and
on his Tron Wellborn. I mean, the fact that this dude has such a huge digital footprint as his TikTok character, but as his personal like self, Tron Wellborn cannot be found like anywhere.
Yes,
and I saw that video. I know exactly what you're talking about under like his like 10 subscribed account of Tron Wellborn.
And like somebody commented on it for #free Tron. I was like, what the fuck people are like looking for? Because no one knew his name. He never.
Yeah, we never knew his name. And like I can speak for like Dimension7yo and John Jam. I mean, they didn't know it either until he got arrested.
Right. Yeah. And I thought that was weird, like that there was truly like nothing, but it turns out you just like all you needed was the name, and he's online for arrests and other accounts, but just not making that public.
I mean, he had Facebook. Kathy had Facebook. I mean, a majority of the meme pictures that there are at Kathy are pictures of her profile, and I mean, like, she has like 7 Facebook accounts. They all have like 2 posts, and that's it. And
damn,
a majority of like the meme photos of her are from me finding her on Facebook, and there's like their most recent account is where it's like them 2 together, and that's how I found his account. It's literally under Dimension7.
Damn, okay.
But I mean, really and truthfully honest, the only way to find this dude would have been to like search every man in Daytona. I mean, we knew where he worked.
Yeah, and you would have found a lot of other wild motherfuckers along the way that would have caught your attention too.
I feel like you could make a whole fucking like series off of people from Daytona and Florida for that fact. But
also, something I thought that I just wanted to throw in was I was looking at these articles, and there's this new thing where it's almost like computer generated articles where these weird websites, like one was like a bodybuilding website or some shit, will be pulling news stories and like changing the words around and stuff, and then reposting it just as like it gets like some weird algorithm content.
I've definitely seen that online before, especially whenever I'm dealing with like something like this.
So I saw a couple of him, and in those articles the algorithm or whatever has put that on TikTok he still has like 204.4K, and it's referencing Dimension's floor. So the algorithm has done, he got famous as a rapper like he wanted, but also the algorithm has fully like branded Dimension's floor as him, which is like, his worst nightmare. So like, God,
the worst thing that could happen to him.
Was the fan account gets mistaken for him.
Because I mean, there's many times where he said, "You can't be me. You wish you could be me. You're jealous of me."
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess they're him in the eyes of these bot news websites. But I mean, it's just,
I think so. Well, I got a couple more things here, but I guess kind of winding down off of the bulk of all of this now is, so he really the separation of like man and character, like something we used to really do at the beginning of our podcast, of like in the earlier episodes, because we were trying to like at the beginning we had like rapid fire, like a ton of internet people to like cover, and now it's a little more spread out for like the big ones, but it was always kind of a question of,
you ever covered Chris Chan?
Oh God, Christian will be. I want to, but it'd be.
It's gonna be like
10
episode
episode arc. It'll be.
Christine Chandler, Sonic Shoe.
I just found out last night that Shrek Retold, where they had like a bunch of animators. Like I like watched that way back and didn't realize that like Christian has a part in that as like where it's like his drawings and shit. I was like, oh my god! Like I feel like every day I learn a new fact about.
I had a former friend that had all the comics.
Yeah, all of them.
Of all of them, and like 2 of them were signed.
Oh shit, that's worth a pretty penny, probably. Honestly.
I mean, there's probably someone out there, somebody morbid that wants some. I mean, have you heard about what he did to her or whatever to his mom?
Yeah,
Mom?
I knew that because I always was like, I could probably do an episode, and then that came out. I was like, oh my god, that just got way more, like, you know, real. The subject matter like got turned up to like 111 right there with that.
And that
one.
got like big traction.
Yes, like people,
Huge.
you know, there was people that had probably never heard of Christian that all of a sudden knew and were involved in the conversation after that went down. You know, that was like, God, that was already like 6 months ago or something. Now.
That was on Snapchat, and they had those little like Snapchat news articles, and that was like the front cover.
Wow.
Of like Daily Mail, and I was like, Christine Chan, that sounds familiar, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This fucking Sonic Shoe.
But like, so because like, you know, for example, there obviously Christian is not playing a character. Christian is Christian, and you know, for a while it seemed like Dimension7 was like, is this a character? Obviously not. Obviously there is a very.
I think the tooth gap gives it away.
Yes. Yeah, the tooth gap. Yeah, he's not pull that off. That doesn't look like
the tooth gap. Obviously gives signs that like this man is obviously mental too, because you know. Unless he's just, you know,
the dedication to have that. If he wasn't, would be.
Yeah, I mean, unless he's just like economically not sound, you know.
Right.
I mean, that'd be the first thing I'd get fixed. I'd save my, you know, all my money from Trader Joe's or warehouse to get that big ass gap fixed. But yeah, I mean, there was that for a bit where I kind of thought it was like satire, but nope.
Yeah. Quickly realized, nope, this man is unstable.
About 3-4 videos in. Nope. But
then also, so you think you've seen the last of him, and you know, you said the thing earlier where you're like, you know, if he wants to come kill me, you know, come kill me. So I guess you don't really have any kind of concerns going forward. So I remember we talked, you were not for sure about like, you know, getting in touch with like police. Like you did you ever do anything with that or no? I forgot to ask.
I probably would, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I come across to authorities that I'm a 19-year-old college kid who's fucking with a mentally incompetent dude that just got.
Because like you know, technically I don't think you broke a single law, but you know, I guess they might still try to be like dicks about, you know, just being
like,
involved with it.
So you made fun of this dude, like look at you, like, and also like at first, whenever the news broke that he got arrested, I thought about it a lot.
Yeah.
But then now they have everything they need.
Right.
Me submitting or giving them information, even if it would be new, isn't going to change anything. I mean, they have all they need. I mean, sure, they would like have more evidence against him, but I mean, damn, they kind of got him.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And then also, you know, like we said, probably not going to see him again, but, you know, if he ever came back, would you hop in a live with him either to squash the beef or just see what's up?
Do you mean like watch the live and like comment, or do you mean like actually like go like live, like
get in there and do a stomp with him or something?
See, that's funny, like you say that, because like that's kind of what I'm like thinking about right now. Is like his wife is probably gonna take this shit over, or attempt to, like with the lives, and like we kind of see that, like she's been live yesterday, she was live the day before. Like, and she actually goes live, and it's kind of like funny.
And right now, that's truly the only kind of window into any news. You know, like she'll know before any sort of articles get posted. And honestly, I don't know if an article will get posted. It'll probably be a matter of like looking up the court records for that county periodically to just see what sentence like is given. Like, but But
Yeah, I mean, she does say it's like 18 months, but no, I think we may get updates from her on him just from like phone calls she's made. But once again, if he has his phone and in the mental home, definitely I don't think we've seen the last of him.
yeah,
But
I really wonder how intense of treatment, because there could obviously be ones that are
they're gonna
like,
fry him. They're
yeah,
going to fry him. Like they are going to fry him and like give him like the worst like conversion treatment
yeah,
or something like that.
because I'm sure he's not on any sort of meds. I'd be, they might just like riddle in his ass to being a zombie. Like they might just throw like sedatives at him basically to be like, no more stomping, no more threats. Like you're gonna be, positive vibes, like you said on that Christmas live stream. You got.
Yeah, positive vibes, except he's not gonna have any dabs.
That's true. Yeah, no
mental
dabs.
home.
But 18 months, so August of 23, I guess, is where we're.
Yeah, and see, that's why I don't think we'll see anything of him, because me personally, I will be like a junior going to like my senior year. No, I'll be a
Close,
senior.
yeah.
I'll be a senior in college. So I feel like I've done moved on at that point, unless
Right.
we just get some like breaking stuff, or I just happen to stumble into it. So, I mean, I don't know how to say it and not be. Obviously, what the dude's done is like inexcusable, but like for like the fact that we could get content out of it and just more stomping, I kind of wish he was out right now.
Yeah, like you got bored of the stomping, but then now that it's gone, it's like shit. Like don't know what you got till it's gone.
I miss him screaming like, "Dylan Ridgeway, I'm gonna find you," and then now there's his wife shitting on the toilet. So
it's not the same. It's not.
It's damn near close, but it's not the same. It's definitely not the same. But
yeah, we'll keep an eye, eyes open. It's
get him on
like
the
you said,
podcast.
Always look around. Just I guess
get him on the
be on our guard.
podcast. Yeah, that's what I told my roommates the other day. I was like, he's kind of like that snail, like the whole like $1,000,000, but there's a snail that follows you your whole life.
Like that movie It Follows, like of just like you're just constantly.
You just gotta constantly move. And that's what someone told me, is they're like, that dude, like as soon as he gets out, he's throwing away everything they taught him in like the mental home and like coming after your ass. I think he'll come after the Dimension7yo or John Jam, but
again, like I just he doesn't have enough info, and their lives are going to be different. Like people can move in the time that he doesn't have those accounts to even like get their old usernames and stuff. So
yeah, and I'm very public on my stuff, and I'm like, that's what I was kind of worried about at first, was like, I mean, like he had my Instagram, he had my TikTok, so like then he also had my Snapchat. He had access to a bunch of pictures of me. He knew where I like the town I stayed in. So he never went public with that though. He never said like I was from Alabama. He never, like went to that far. But he did the same with Caden. But obviously, like Caden like was part of Dimension7yo and obviously had a bigger impact than like I did.
Right.
And I think that's like something that like I think is crazy, is like I really did nothing to this dude, but yeah, I'm like one of the people that he hates the most.
Yeah. Also,
I'm
real
probably
quick,
like third
on Dimension's floor, and you don't have to share anything if you don't think they'd be comfortable with it. But I guess what are their thoughts on this, if you have any of those to share? Because I know you've talked to those other guys, a little bit. And I've never made contact with them at all. But like, so yeah, I guess and again, if they don't want that out there, don't share it. But yeah, I was just wondering what kind of they're thinking about it all.
I mean, like, it's not really like I haven't had conversations other than like Instagram DMs in which like we just shared videos back and forth. But I think it's just more like, what can you say? What can you think about this? I mean, the fact you have a 200,000 like follower TikTok account over trolling this dude, and then now like that's gone, and I think like your account kind of goes away with that.
Right. Like it'll people might follow it, forever to kind of check back and, you know, as like this little archive, you know, it can stand as probably, but you know, if TikTok catches wind of everything, they might just yank that shit down too. Like,
I don't think they will. I don't think it's
I don't
big
know
enough
if they have their sights beyond what's actually being posted on it. So
yeah,
like, yeah,
and like I said, my respect is different from the two accounts. I mean, some of the shit John Jam posted was funny, but like at the same time, like it was just like straight up like copying and adding nothing to it. Dimension like Dimensions 4 like actually added shit and
yeah,
like
there was at least a
posted.
caption on all of them explaining like what
Yeah,
what you were
and
seeing,
so like
trying to explain what you were seeing.
so whenever like Dimension got arrested, I mean John Jam posted a picture like a video and they're like, damn, you got arrested, bro. So like obviously there's very high number of people that believe that John Jam is like actually Dimension and like that's his
Damn.
actual shit. And there was never anything by like I remember whenever Dimension first became aware of John Jam, and John Jam would post these videos and cut out the parts in which he says John Jam. So there was definitely an attempt to like steal his shit.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So like I don't like. I mean, I don't dislike the dude, but like that's just kind of like fucked up because
Yeah,
there's like
different.
a difference between like impersonating and being like a fan page slash
explanation page, like trying to like,
yeah, and then also like Dimensions 4 had a bunch of shit from like lives
yeah,
that like we wouldn't see otherwise.
and
So like it's no different from
yeah, and they had stuff from 7R, which
yeah,
is like that alone, like he, you know, Dimension, if he didn't have any of that backed up, he should be grateful that some of those videos got, you know, saved over from the old account.
Yeah, and that's something to think about too. And like they definitely could have collabed, and I think that was never on the table.
Yeah. Because
And
people
Trump's
hire
mind.
fans to make like edits and you know highlights and stuff. Like it could have been, you know, something and
Something.
yeah,
I mean, I don't know how much it could have been. I mean, it's just a dude with 200K on TikTok. I think TikTok is the easiest platform to get famous on.
yeah.
I mean, it's the most popular platform right now.
Also, I remember he added together one time in one video how many followers he lost across like both accounts. Like he was like,
but then you also have to think about it. Like
he's like, those are probably a lot of the same people, dude. Those probably are not new 150,000 people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure like a fraction of them are, but at the same time,
Yeah,
like yeah, they're definitely like if he, for instance, had two accounts, they're not gonna. You can't add them together,
right?
Like majority of those people are subscribed to both accounts. Same with like Dimensions 4. He was like, I have these more than you, and probably half of them were followed in both like accounts. Like I know I was.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think it's just kind of crazy that after he got it all he wanted, he lost it again.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's fair for him to have lost it all.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he was banned for the. It seemed like he was banned for reasons that were not like the reasons he should have been banned for. He was doing much worse stuff that was somehow flying under the radar.
Yeah, and then it was
he got
like
banned for like the tiniest things. So it's kind of like
wouldn't do anything, then get banned, and then do everything. So
yeah.
That's just, you know, people are gonna say like, oh well, he did this is why he got banned. No, like he was chilling and got banned, and then decided to do that. That was your reaction to him getting banned. But I think it's it for him. I hope it's not it, like the end for him. Obviously, dude's racist. Obviously, dude's mental. But you know, I'm not supporting racism or anything like that. Obviously, but
I'd like to see what the treatment could do. You know, if, you know, at least get him out of the being so goddamn angry all the time. Like,
I don't think you can fix it.
It seems pretty far
like
apart.
I think he's just like, unless they fry him, and then at that point there's just nothing left of him.
Right.
But he's definitely, I mean, there's no telling with everything that has came out, and with everything, like I said, like everything got progressively worse. I mean, there's no telling what could happen like tomorrow or within the next week.
Yeah,
And I think that's what's so great about like us delaying this episode is we let some stuff come out. Because like whenever I contacted you to do the episode, not much was out.
Yeah,
Like, at all.
I could not have done, even close to an episode like this without you, because all I had was like basically the surface level, and then a Twitter search that got me a little dirt, but nothing.
Yeah, obviously you could have got like more once you got arrested, but
Yeah.
I mean, for sure. But I mean, I don't want to be known as like the dude who Dimension7yo threatened, but yeah, I mean, it is hilarious, and
It's very funny.
I would go back and do it differently. Probably, I'd probably fuck with him more. Like
Yeah.
if I would have known that he would have got locked up like this, I definitely would have fucked with him more. Like I thought like he was gonna be there forever, Like, oh, I can't fuck with him this week. I'll just fuck with him next week.
Yeah.
Like he'll be around, But
Yeah.
no, can't really. I think it'd be hilarious. Like, and I think we talked about this before. Is like if you could get him on the podcast.
It's not impossible. Yeah, and I mean, if you're listening to this 18 months from now or whatever, Dimension, we'll talk if you want to talk, dude. Don't come anywhere near me, but we can set up something remotely.
Oh no, dude! I feel like if he comes to you, he deserves to kill you. Like he deserves to kill me if he comes to me. Like, I mean, you're a whole lot further of a drive, so.
But yeah, well, if we could get you both in the same phone call, the same Zoom call, that'd be legendary.
Dude,
I'll just
I don't know
mediate.
how mental hospitals do it. I feel like mental hospitals are definitely going to be less open to phone calls. But
True.
at the same time, his wife on this. But like you also have to think about these people. His wife tried to block my friend, like the dude that I was like trolling and telling was part of Dimension4. She tried to block him and instead called him on Instagram. So
That's
obviously
true.
all these people know how to do is record, stomp, scream, and then upload it. That's all they know how to use technology. So I don't think they could join a Zoom call or join any video chat or any form of communication online other than I mean they could communicate you with screaming TikToks, but that's about it. But I do hope his wife does take it over. And I do encourage everybody else to check her out on TikTok if they haven't, because I mean, damn, that fucking announcement is just worth the follow right there. I mean, that's
and unfortunately, I think she did take the announcement down, but it will be in this
she
video.
did, but
I will have it forever.
I will as well. And the first 4 seconds are my favorite. So, I mean, I couldn't believe it. Like whenever I got contacted about Dimension being arrested, and I see that uploaded. Yeah,
Very,
like you can
very fitting announcement for him.
The whole situation, like I was just kind of like, wow, like when's the punchline? No, this woman's actually taking a shit.
Yeah,
talking about her
Curb Your
husband's
Enthusiasm
arrest.
music. Like, where's it at?
I feel like she should definitely get something towards her. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you should definitely get some form of punishment, but obviously, like she's just as psychotic and
like if he's getting
sound.
mental health, like you'd think they would at least give her like 6 months or something of even outpatient stuff, just because like I do feel more bad for her. I think she got like convinced of a lot of shit. I bet he was lying to her about like stuff and kind of telling her like, this is okay that we're threatening kids and shit.
Yeah,
but,
and like she does say
needs
that
to
she
know,
will stand
she needs
by
to learn
him.
that's not not how the world functions.
She does say that she will stand by him though. And she does say that she doesn't intend on breaking up with him anytime soon. Because like I even asked her, I was like, can we date now that like Tron's locked up? But she doesn't want to have that. So I guess
Ride or die.
I guess unless something happens with him, unless he gets the chair or something and they change their mind. I guess me and Kathy can't be together. So it's a sad world. But I guess I'll live with it. But
one day at a time.
I mean, just wow how it has turned.
Yeah, that is, yeah, truly, I could never ever have predicted this ever, from seeing the first.
Yeah, and this does seem like a very common theme with, I mean, I guess whenever you investigate and make episodes about people who are not mentally competent online,
yeah,
I guess this does tend to happen.
Stuff will come out even if it's not right away. But luckily, yeah, we got that 4 days or whatever after.
Yeah, 4 days after you had posted that shit, and it was just like, wow, like, and like even whenever I messaged you on Instagram and had told you, I was like, yo, like I just watched your Dimension7yo shit. Like, how do you feel about this? And then sent you his mugshot.
Yeah.
And you were just kind of like, wow.
Yeah, as soon as you were like, I have more info, I was immediately like, okay, let's hear this shit. I'm very ready for this.
Yeah, and then it's just, yeah, and just the fact that we have gone from a man screaming and stomping to a man like in jail for threats to do bodily harm or like injure or whatever it is.
He pretty much said every single crime he could have said in those threat videos. It was truly like all of the above. Like it was
everything that you can get without doing physical damage or like some like form of like property damage. He did like anything you can get for like online except like cyberbullying, and he could probably get that.
Right.
He like committed. He said every slur in the book, like every threat in the book. I mean, you gotta applaud the man. He was dedicated.
He covered every base, checked every box.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to feel sorry for the man, but at the same time, like, I feel like you have to.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. Like it's definitely like double edged on the empathy versus the like you deserve what happened. But
yeah, and definitely I will say it makes me feel better knowing that like we didn't cause this.
Yeah, right.
As far as like his downfall, like because like I was someone who did like support Etika and did watch his shit, and then like I saw that and I was like, wow, maybe that's what we did to this dude. But then now that obviously, do I have to, have unconsensual sex with all the women and kill the man here to like behead? Obviously, we did nothing more to this dude except just kind of maybe.
Yeah. If not,
we gave him.
It would have been somebody else, because if he got to 1 million, there would have been, just 5 times more of the possibility.
Yeah, and I even talked about like we wanted to contact his work. But like once again, how do you contact? Much like contacting the police, how do you contact someone and say like, "Hey, like we're fucking with this man online. He's one of your employees." Like we didn't have his name, we didn't have anything on him. So yeah, and we wanted to wait. We wanted to wait for him to get like 1 million or like 500K at least, and then do it, because like it's kind of like mean saying that, but
yeah, but I mean,
we wanted him to be. Let his guard down, be like, oh, I got my followers back, and then all of a sudden lose it all again some way or another.
Yeah,
but we didn't have to do anything. He did that to himself, but
that's for damn sure. But yeah, I mean, with that, I think that's pretty much everything, unless you got anything else on your on the docket. That's pretty much probably the full history.
I think we pretty much covered everything there is to say. I mean, I think it'd be maybe not an episode, but I'm sure if I don't share it, that John Jam or someone else will see it that is connected to this dude, and maybe they'll share something in the comments about it. And yeah, I definitely didn't think it'd ever come to this, and part of me is glad it did, and part of me is glad it wish it didn't.
Yeah.
I'm glad no one, got injured or, harm or whatever he was charged with. But at the same time, I mean, it's just kind of funny that this dude that was stomping around is now like on the FBI watch list.
100%. Yeah, he is. They might not let him, be around schools. Like that's that he might have blew he might have his, not not the pedophile marking, but definitely like
Damn near close. Like I
yeah.
said, what Daniel Larson has in pedophile, this dude has in anger.
Yes, yeah.
They are pretty much the same person, except I feel like Daniel's just way more times fucked.
Yeah,
I mean, like, it's hard to say that, but
it's
I mean,
true. Yeah, I think that's true.
if you're familiar with Daniel Larson, it's just
He's on my list, but he's another one where I'm like, where the fuck do I start?
10 episodes. 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Like, Dimension7yo is pretty fucked, but you can cover his, because he was so like, his prime was so short.
He burned bright real quick and burned out.
Yeah,
like,
he went up on, and like, he even talked about that. He was like, if I go out, I'm gonna go out with a bang. Because like, he talked about killing himself. I don't know if you ever saw that.
God damn.
Yeah, he talked about how like, if he was gonna go out with a bang, like with the cops, he was gonna like end up like killing himself, or like, like police suicide or whatever. But he defined it as him killing himself.
Jesus.
So I mean, and then also with like the whole like the article that you've seen where he talked about like there do have to be a unconsensual sex with the women and like kill all the men to be head here. I mean, he talks about how he has a friend that's going to come and like kill them, and after he does that, he's going to kill himself. So like, there's that.
Damn.
I don't know if you've seen that, but definitely something to keep your radar on, and
yeah, 100%.
hopefully this isn't it.
Me and you will keep in touch. We will any news, definitely bounce it back and forth.
Yeah, because I'm definitely like, right now with it being so new, I mean, I'm sure there's I'll start not keeping up with it as much, but I'm very interested to see where John Jam and Dimension4 go, because I feel like they're gonna be like a Dimension trying to rap, where you're not making content that involves Dimension anymore, and now you're trying to like make it about you. But
yeah,
and that's probably what we'll see. No disrespect to them, but you kind of run out of content to make right now.
Yeah, when he's gone, it's the flame is gone. It is truly.
I mean, you lost. Now you're just the floor. You are no Dimension, and then John Jam has no videos to just like save and then upload. So. Yeah,
well, thank you, Dylan, for coming on. This was
for sure. Thanks for having me.
Very enlightening, and yeah, wow, that is yeah. If you want updates, if anybody has anything to share, comment below. Join our Discord. The conversation is paused, but not over. Probably we will we will always be at least have one eye open on this man who's like truly living in his own dimension. But thanks for coming. Thanks for listening, everybody. It's been a while.
I'm gonna beat your goddamn ass, and I'm gonna beat everything around you. Meaning your little buddies. If they're around, I shoot them. I kill them. I stab them. If it's your mom, I stab them. I kill them. I them. I kill them. I will do anything. I will and kill. I will stab and kill. I will torture and kill. I will tie and kill. I will kill them in front of you. I will tie them up the same way you did me. You've done nothing but embarrass me. You've done nothing but disrespect me. You've done nothing but laugh at me. And you've done nothing but take my money. So now I'm coming to take your family and things that you give a damn about